Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Vandy, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. No, I am not the young lady pictured here. That is actually my baby girl Brianna, and today we're going to be doing a retouch on her set of small knotless braids that we installed about 5 weeks ago. So this is what they looked like beforehand, and here we are today, 5 weeks later. They still look pretty good, considering that she never ties her hair up at night. She showers every morning without a shower cap, and she basically does nothing to it. And matter of fact, the day before this video was filmed, she was at a birthday party in a swimming pool for some hours. So needless to say, it looks like her braids have held up pretty well. And if those of you have followed us for a while, then you know that most of this hair is actually her hair. Her hair is pretty long and thick. So if you want to see how I go about doing a retouch and getting her 5-week-old set of braids looking a little bit more fresh, make sure you stay tuned. If you plan to wear your knotless braids for longer than the recommended 6 to 8 weeks, I highly always suggest getting a retouch halfway through that time frame, simply because your hairline is the weakest portion of your hair. You want to make sure that you're taking good care of it, and as it grows out and as those hairs start to shed, you can get more matting, and then when you go to take them out finally, then you'll have more breakage than you anticipated. So it's important to take your hairline down, reinstall them so that you can reinforce the strength of those strands and minimize your breakage. For her retouch today, I'm only going to do the front portion of her hair just because of time constraints, and I wanted to make sure I got this on video for you guys. I'm going to go back and do her sides and her back later on in the week, but she does have a father-daughter dance to go to, and we plan to wear it up in a updo style. So yeah, we want to make sure she looks nice and clean for her pictures. When I do retouches for clients, I will typically do this exact same perimeter outline that you see here. However, I will go in and do that second row as well in the front. So that gives a little bit more options for styling when you're trying to lengthen the longevity of this style. So what you're going to need for taking down is a rat tail comb or anything with a sharp point that will help you get the job done. And then, of course, some scissors. If you had a client come in for a retouch and you can't remember the length of their hair, always just snip a very small piece of one braid on that length of that side. Unloosen that entire braid so that you can expose the actual hair length before you go chopping off any of the other braids. You don't want to chop off braids and then mess around and cut your client's hair. So make sure that you use at least 1 or 2 braids as point of reference. So I'm just going in with the tip of my rat tail comb, and I am unloosening the braid. And as you can see, the length of her hair was almost as long as the braid itself. So when you're in a protective style, you're always gonna have what you call wrapped shedding. So what happens is the hair that you normally shed on a daily basis sheds, but it has nowhere to go because your hair is tied up in this protective style. So what ends up happening is all those little loose hairs, along with any accumulated dirt or product buildup, will accumulate at the base of the braid. So instead of ripping it out with a comb, which you should never ever do, all you need to do is just gently pull the accumulation apart first. Once everything's loosened up, then you can go in with your comb and gently comb down the shaft of the hair to release any small pieces you weren't able to get. Again, I cannot stress more than enough, do not go in directly with a comb. You will end up ripping out hair, causing more breakage than you anticipated, and either you won't be happy or your client won't be happy, whatever the case may be. But please, please, please do not do that. I would also strongly urge you to not do this on wet hair. So yes, you can still wash your knotless braids, but you want to make sure that your hair is dry when you do the takedown process, because when it's wet, it can make the detangling process a whole lot more strenuous, and you are not going to be happy, and you're going to end up with more breakage. So I strongly suggest not doing it wet either. So once I've removed the braid, I'm going to go in with a light moisturizer. You can use any moisturizer of your choice, but I'm going in with the pink one. And then on top of that moisturizer, I'm going to seal it in with my Jamaican black castor oil. It's always important to make sure that you moisturize before you rebraid, because you want to lock in as much moisture as possible. So now that I have the braid safely removed and detangled and re-moisturized, I'm going to reinstall it with brand new hair. And again, all the products and tools that I've used will be listed in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. And if you really need a detailed tutorial on how to do knotless braids, I will link that in the cards above. It is step by step, so make sure you check that out. It's the exact same method that I'm doing here as well. So I'm going to proceed to reinstalling this, and then I'm going to finish up her hairline, and I will come back to you guys a little bit later in the video. Enjoy! So that's it, you guys. Here is a final look at the difference between the newly installed braids and the old ones. She's basically good as new, because she either wears it down or she wears it up in a half up, half down type of look. But yeah, she'll get at least another 3 to 4 weeks wear out of these before I reinstall a new set. Her scalp is also a bit dirty and has a lot of buildup, so I'll be doing a deep cleaning on her scalp shortly, probably later on in this week. If you guys want to see how I do that as well, I'd be happy to do a video. Just comment below and let me know if you want to see that. And with every client, I always re-dip their ends to give them a fresh look. And as you can see, she basically looks good as new. It looks amazing. So yeah, that's it for the video, you guys. I hope it was super helpful, and I hope it was informative. If there are any questions that I did not address, make sure you leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to address them. Again, if you like the video, make sure you thumbs it up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. As always, thanks so much for joining us. We will catch you in the next video. Bye.